Miles, you got an agenda?
No, I'm good this week. Nothing
Okay,
crazy.
nothing
Okay,
crazy.
let me get mine off. Let me get mine off,
All right,
Miles.
go for it, random.
Once again, I talked about it last week. I gave Santa Monica Studios a standing ovation for giving us free DLC. And Miles, you played it.
It's
You've
good.
played it. Now, let me go ahead. I need all y'all to stand up and give Santa Monica, or at least just clap. Just clap. Just clap real quick because they knocked it out the
I'll
park.
give you a clap.
They knocked
I
it
don't
out
play
the park.
PlayStation. I'm not supporting.
Wow.
Xbox Life.
Oh my
Come
god! Like,
on.
oh, whatever. Just go. Then go watch it.
Xbox. Come on.
Okay, then go watch it on YouTube.
I already did. I did.
Ty, what they've done in this free 4-hour DLC, because that's if you're playing on the easiest mode, it takes you about 4 hours.
Mhm.
They're able to tell. Well, in my opinion, Miles, I think you could just say this is the end of Kratos' like story.
He's done.
Yeah, he's done. Like fundamentally, like had Kratos face his past. A lot of Greek callbacks. So like dealing with some of his biggest sins. Like realistically, I when I played God of War 3, man, I was like, man, fuck Helios. Just cut his head off. Let's keep it moving. But then when you think about it, that was so messed up that he killed Helios. Like, oh, spoilers, by the way, I guess. But the thing's been out for 2 weeks. Yeah, you could go, you should go play it. It's free. You don't even need Ragnarok to play it. But to even fix Mimir's issues with Sigrun, like they're touching all these different character beats. And then at the end, we realized really what Kratos' biggest problem is just himself. And at the end, because you have to beat Valhalla technically 4 times, and also the best way for God of War to ever be like a Dark Souls clone without being an actual Dark Souls clone. And then when he walks in and he sees the younger version of himself sitting on the throne, and he's talking, he's like, you were rude, like you were basically, he like talks shit about himself, and then he like understands it. The only thing I thought the DLC was missing, Miles, in my particular, I wish young Kratos talked back. I wish young Kratos talked back to him.
So I haven't gotten that far because I've only played like 2 hours of it. I've been playing something else. But
I'm disappointed in you, Miles. This heat.
I know I told you I'm gonna play it. I just need time.
You said by
But
Monday, Miles. You said by Monday.
I did. But what I'm doing is taking longer than I expected. But no, for real, Santa Monica, everybody got on Baldur's Gate about being this revolutionary, boundary pushing company. I don't think Santa Monica's getting the exact credit that they deserve. The game in itself is amazing. And I think the DLC they provided not only fixes a lot of issues, like Random said, I think closure was the biggest issue that Kratos was suffering. You could see he was trying to get through a lot of what he was trying to overcome throughout these 2 games in this new series, but we never felt like he closed the chapters. He closed some of the wounds with his wife, with his son, and things like that. But and they hinted at it. He needed to face his past and really close that chapter. So I really do think that because I'd already thought there's not going to be another game. They kind of finalized that for us. They really closed out a lot of what Kratos' character means, and there's nothing really left to continue. I didn't finish it, so I don't know if they're going to go with his son. Random, you can contribute to that, but I don't know. W's for Santa Monica. I haven't played a game in a long time that to me feels complete. I think that's the important
It's one of
thing.
those, Ty, where like, because I know how big you are on like story beats and character progression, things like this, where I legitimately think you would appreciate, because it's one of those where it's like if you grew up with the PlayStation God of Wars, like the Greek trilogy, you would really like what they've done with Kratos now, where he's not like this immediate meme-worthy ball of anger that will like cut your legs off if you just kind of jaywalk or walk on his driveway. Like he's this person who understands, like he's this person who understands what war is. Even in Ragnarok, as you saw Atreus trying to like figure out what Ragnarok is or find his place and this and that. And it was one of those, like, at the end, Miles, I missed Atreus, but but when you read the journal, he's like writing to him. So like whenever Atreus comes back, he reads the journal, Atreus finds out what happened. And then when Tyr starts showing off the different mythologies he's been in, the Aztec weapon, he pulls out the 2 Egyptians, the katana. Miles, you're not ready for the katana. When he pulls out the katana, and I'm like, oh God, I thought I was prepared. So it's just one of those where it shows you they can go so many different ways with the God of War story. I legitimately think that if there is another game, it's definitely the Atreus game.
Yeah.
And with Sigrun, who also ironically left on her own journey. if you keep playing the DLC enough, you'll see why she leaves. So maybe he meets up with her. And we all know Sigrun was a monster from the first game. So to kind of see her trying to figure out what she needs to do, and then maybe she meets up with Atreus is one of those things where I think it's just Santa Monica Studios should be commended. And I feel like a lot of people, the hate that I get on that's crazy.
That's wild.
That's wild as hell, Mars.
That is wild.
Also, I think I got one more agenda after this.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, to finish up, I think
that.
yeah, to finish up, I think what Santa Monica Studios has done should be seriously commended for giving us what we don't get anymore as gamers, like complete games where sure, this is just a bonus. Like if you played all the way through Ragnarok, that was a complete game. Like everything, they didn't keep anything away, no microtransaction, no nothing. It just gave you a complete game worth your $70 and you were good. But then for them to give what admittedly cost millions of dollars and just give it away for free and find a way to like, oh, you thought you was good at the game? Check this out and test your skills playing the game, add some more story elements. You see even more of the characters that you love. And they should be commended for that. And for the people who really hate on God of War because they're like, I like the old Kratos who just tore everything up. There's only so many times you can tell that story. So they found a great way to pivot and give you a great story with still the guy that you love. And then the road ahead, I'm willing to ride with Santa Monica, whichever way they take this story after this. It's fantastic. I cannot sing that DLC's praises enough.